Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Akash and today we are going to learn about the exam preparation for the Microsoft Certified Power BI Data Analyst. This certification it is a associate program role. If any student or any candidate who is aspiring to be a data analyst, so this is one of the best certificate that you can put on your resume. So exam guidelines. So this is a certificate which is issued by the Microsoft. Basically, it is for the Power BI data analyst. So you can be a Power BI developer, a data analyst, and many more. So how this exam will be? So this exam it is totally for 100 minutes. So you have 50 questions. The question can be from 45 to 50 questions. And what type of questions will be asked in this exam? So this exam is basically a multiple choice questions. So in this you will be having a multiple choices like more than one answers, a single choice, then a true or false. You need to select the statements which is true and which is false, and there will be a drag and drop features and the case studies. So from the case studies the questions will be asked about your reports, about the dashboards, about your semantic models. The questions will be asked. So always we need to keep in mind. So this exam is totally for 100 minutes. So these questions which arises in this exam it will be some lengthy, so you need to keep on analyze. So practice is the one. So you need to do more and more practice questions. Where to practice this and where to get these models and what are the chapters which is included in this exam? Let's see. Basically, if you want to learn this or if you want to prepare for the Power BI data analyst course, you can refer to the Microsoft Learn. So in this Microsoft Learn, so there is a module for this Power BI where you can prepare for that exam. So what are the four chapters? The four chapters which is available in this are: the first module is about the prepared data. From this 25 to 30% of the questions will be asked, around 13 to 14 questions. The second module is about model the data. From this 25 to 30%, around 14 to 15 questions will be asked. The third module is about visualize and analyze the data. So from this 25 to 30% questions will be asked, around some 12 to 13 questions. And the fourth module is about the manage and secure the Power BI. So from this 15 to 20% questions will be asked, roughly around 8 to 10 questions will be asked. So see, the best course you can go is you can learn from the Microsoft Learn. So in that Microsoft Learn only there is a Power BI documentation where you can refer through, and these four modules is in the Microsoft Learn. So you can prepare for this exam. And what is the cost for this exam? If you are an Indian, it is roughly around some 5,000 rupees. So if you fail in exam, there is a retake policy. Like, it depends upon that the exam vouchers will be given, or there will be a retake process. Like, we need to pay half of the amount. So this exam is not so easy as you think. It needs more dedication, more analytical thinking capacity. So let's look around these four models. What type of questions will arise? So the first module is about prepare the data. So in this totally around three chapters. So you have a get the data, profile and clean the data. Next you need to transform and load the data. See, in this prepare the data, you need to know how do you connect, identify and connect to the different data sources. How do you connect through the flat files from the relational database, non-relational database, from the online services you need to know, and the different types of three types of mode you need to know: direct query, import mode, and the composite mode. So next you need to know about the how do you optimize the performance in Power Query, query folding method, query diagnostics, performance analyzer tool you need to know. So next you need to know how do you profile and clean the data. So you need to know about the column profiling, column distribution, then the column value distribution graph you need to know. So the next you need to know how do you resolve the data import errors. Next, you need to know about how do you create a pivot, unpivot, and transpose the data. you need to know. The next you need to know how do you combine the multiple tables into a single table. So we need to know how do you use this merge and append queries. You need to know. And next you need to know how do you profile the data. And next you need to know about the Power BI model fundamentals. And you need to know how to convert the semi-structured data into a table. Next you need to know about the fact and dimension tables. And the next you need to know how do you boost the performance of this direct query mode and import mode. So this is about the module 1, prepare the data. So in this you need to concentrate more on the three types of mode: direct query mode, import mode, and the dual mode. Pivot and unpivot table you need to know, and the different ways of identifying and connecting to data sets you need to know. The next module 2 is about the model the data. This concept is basically two concepts you need to: semantic model and the DAX concept. So you need to know about the cardinality. What is a cardinality? The different types of cardinal relationships you need to know. Next, how do you configure the table and column properties? The concept of role playing dimensions is very important. Next, you need to know about how do you create a calculated table, calculated column, and the measures you need to know. Next, coming to DAX, we need to know the DAX functions, DAX operators, DAX variables. Next, the different time intelligence functions you need to know. So at last you need to optimize the model performance. Basically, how do you improve the performance of the direct query mode, import mode, and how do you reduce the cardinality of the semantic model you need to know. So these questions, it's roughly around 14 to 15 questions, and one of the most important module. The next is the third module. The third module is about visualize and analyze the data. So in this you have totally 4 chapters. So you need to know about what are the requirements for the reports, what do you need, how do you create a report, use the concept of conditional formatting, slicers, filters. Next, how do you enhance the reports for usability and storytelling. So in this mainly you to know how do you configure the bookmarks, it's important. Next, the concept of drill through export settings. How do you design the report for the mobile services, it's very important. So you need to know. In this you need to know the different types of reports. The next is how do you identify the patterns and the trends, the concept of anomaly detection. Then how do you detect the outliers, and you need to know about the three types of AI visuals: key influences visuals, decomposition tree visuals, and Q&A visuals. Next, you need to know about the concept of caching concept. Next, the concept of very important grouping, binning, and clustering you need to know. And you need to know different types of visualization charts which are available. The next is about module 4. So module 4 is about manage and secure the Power BI. So in this you need to know how do you manage, how do you create and manage the workspaces. Next, the different three types of license mode you need to know: Pro, Premium, and a Fabric capacity. How do you grant access to the workspaces you need to know. Next, the concept of gateways. So you need to know about the gateways, troubleshooting the data gateway. Next, the concept of scheduled refreshes you need to know. You need to know about the incremental refresh. What is incremental refresh? How do you configure it? The next, how do you create a dashboards and create a app? Choose a distribution method is important. So at last, the next is the security and the governance of the Power BI items. So you need to know about row level security, object level security, and sign in method. How do you configure this? How do you configure and implement this security is important. So this is about the module 4. So these are the preparations. So if you want to prepare for this Power BI data analyst program, these 4 modules you need to know. How I passed the exam in this first attempt means I I I referred mainly through this Microsoft Learn documentation, where I need to concentrate more on what it is important. See, in Power BI, the most important thing is the Power Query, the DAX, semantic models, reports, and dashboards. So these were the 4 modules. Next, I'll say you some of the preparation tips. So some of the last insights, the quick insights, how to get prepared. So, see, you need to know about the different types of report visuals. Like you need to know about the table and the matrix visualization, what it is used for. They're used for the detailed and prescribed data. Next, bar and column chart. Why do you use this? These are the categorical visuals, means they're going to compare the values across categories. The next is about the line and area chart. Why do you use this? These are the time series visuals. So line chart we are going to use whenever the data is continuous. Column chart we are going to use whenever the data is missing periods. Next, card visualization. Why card is used? It is used to highlight the single value. Next, pie chart, donut chart and tree maps. They all are the proportional visuals. Proportional visual means they are going to compare the proportions, not the actual values. Next, the combo charts we have. The next is about the funnel visualization. Funnel visualization basically is used for the sequential linear stages. Next, the God chart. It is used to compare the actual value and the targeted value. Waterfall visualization. It is used to calculate the running total. It is going to calculate. The next is the scatter charts. Scatter charts is basically is used for the anomaly detection, outliers, custom visuals, and Q&A visualization is used. So these are the quick. So basically you need to know about different types of visualizations, what all comes under this. So these were the preparation tips. See guys, I have uploaded some of the documentation, the 4 modules, module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4. The notes I have uploaded. So if you want to gather the information from these notes, you can quickly access. So these notes are there in the chat box description, so you can access from that. So next coming video I'm going to upload you about the practice questions. What type of questions will arise from this for the Microsoft Power BI data analyst exam. Thank you. I hope this video was quite informative for you. So please like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.